Alright guys, buckle up, because things just got wild in the MMA world. Jon Jones is once again trolling Tom Aspinall in the most unexpected way. The UFC could be making major rule changes after that controversial eye poke, and yes, Jorge Masvidal is teasing a shocking return against Leon Edwards at the White House fight card. Let's get into all of it. So, it all started when Jon Jones decided to make yet another statement, this time, literally riding in on horseback. At the Dirty Boxing ceremonial weigh-ins, Jones showed up on a horse wearing an eye patch. Yeah, you heard that right, a horse, with an eye patch. Now, normally, Jon showing up on horseback wouldn't raise too many eyebrows, but given the recent controversy surrounding Tom Aspinall's eye poke incident at UFC 321, fans immediately caught the joke. The stunt was a playful jab at the chaotic ending of Aspinall's fight with Sandhagen, which ended in a no contest.
Here for DBX4!
What's going on, DBX4? I'm excited to be here. What's up, Nashville, Tennessee?
How do you have a better entrance than this to the White House, Johnny Bones?
We gotta do it right. We got the beautiful horse with the eye patch on. We're having a good night.
Here it is, DBX4! Let's get this party started!
The internet went crazy, and once again, Jon reminded everyone that no one trolls quite like him. Meanwhile, Blaydes and Cory Sandhagen sat down together and actually analyzed the eye poke that caused the controversy. The two UFC veterans broke it down frame by frame, and they didn't hold back.
Look how far it goes into his eye on the one.
When you slow it
The
down,
one looks
it
nasty.
Yeah.
I know, because at first I was like, I don't know, man, it ain't look that bad. But then it was like, ooh, dude.
Yeah, that one looks bad.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's nothing you can do with the gloves. I think some people just do it though.
Yeah.
I think that some people just poke people in the eyes more than the other people, and they don't really care.
I've heard other guys like openly, like Eric Lewis, he's openly said he will eye poke you or hit you in the balls just to get a break.
Has he poked a bunch of people in the eye?
No, it's not like he doesn't have a rep of this. He's not Jon Jones Jr.
Yeah, I don't think ever poked anyone in their eye.
Because you have really good hand placement also. You know.
I think it's because I give a shit, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, let me try to not poke this fool in the eye.
It was incidental because he was like hosting. He tries to bring it back. It doesn't look like he drives. There it looks like he drives into it. Yeah, it looks bad.
Yeah, it looks bad, man.
The slow-mo was bad.
Both fighters seem to agree that this one was bad, unintentional or not. And that's exactly why the UFC might finally be forced to take action. Next up, Bisping has officially thrown his hat in the ring with a suggestion for when the rematch should go down. Speaking on his Believe You Me podcast, Bisping said he wants to see Aspinall vs. Gane 2 as soon as possible, ideally at UFC 323 in December.
The match is going to be even bigger. They're going to run it back really quickly. They could put it on MSG. They could put it on the end of the year. They've got Pantoja versus Joshua Van, of course. What am I saying? That fight already happened with Cory France. They've got Pantoja and Joshua Van. They've got Marab versus Petr Yan. Stick a third title fight on there. The final one on ESPN. End of an era. Go out with a bang. 3 title fights. They don't have to make weight. They've got to run it back nice and soon, I think, because obviously you want to peak in the training camp. Both men are looking good. You know, they can both learn a little bit from what they saw. We all know that Cyril can stop a takedown. Would he be able to stop them 2, 3, 4, 5 when he's getting tired? We don't know. But in round 1, he was able to stop the takedowns. It was shaping up to be phenomenal.
Now, speaking of comebacks, it looks like Gamebred might be lacing up the gloves again. Jorge Masvidal, who recently launched his own podcast Defro MMA, revealed that he's been training for months and wants to make his return at the White House fight card. He even doubled down, saying he'd still love to settle that unfinished business with Leon Edwards, even though Leon no longer holds the belt.
Is George making a comeback at the White House? I mean, are we going to see 3-piece in the soda?
Your boy's been training, I'll tell you that much, man. Been like 2-3 months now on it, you know. And I want in on that June card. I call it Trump, calling everybody. You got to get me on this shit. So I'm just staying focused, staying in shape, brother. Hopefully everything works out.
Would you want Leon for that card, or you just want to get on that card? Because Leon don't got the belt no more.
Leon don't got the belt no more. But I still always want to down to fight Leon, you know. Just because we got all that history and stuff. I've never had any ill will towards Leon. I've always said it. And I still don't got ill will towards Leon. But I would still love to punch him in the face and just settle all that shit, you know, and let him try to get his shots in as well, you know. But if it's not Leon, really, I don't give a just give me somebody who's going to come to fight and let's go. Let's throw down for the president in the White House lawn. This ain't never going to happen probably again. So it's that thing that you know, if I was too young or too old or right perfect, I'd be doing this. Like, it doesn't matter. There's no discouraging me out of this.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Justin Gaethje just dropped a truth bomb of his own. Fans have always wondered why a Division I wrestler like Gaethje rarely ever uses his wrestling in fights. Well, now we know.
Warranted criticism about your fighting abilities you've heard, and what is the most unwarranted?
They're probably the same thing. The fact that I come from wrestling and don't use it as much as you would think. Probably a good criticism because I could have tried to implement it more early on in my career, coming from a wrestler and never being a striker in any way. I really fell in love with that part of it, and I was always the best in wrestling at stopping people from taking me down. Another point, these are 7-minute college wrestling matches. Now we're talking 25-minute fights, and I could never even walk off the mat after 7 minutes. So I'm not going to get tired in 7 minutes and then get my ass beat because I tried to wrestle. I'll never lose.
Now, let's circle back to the biggest talking point of the week, the eye poke rule. After the controversy at UFC 321, fans have been demanding change, and it looks like something big is about to happen. According to former UFC fighter Josh Thompson, the UFC could be introducing major changes to the eye poke rule as soon as next week. Speaking on the Weigh-In podcast, Thompson revealed that the UFC wants to take judgment calls out of the referees' hands entirely. He said, they're looking to make these changes quickly, maybe by next week. It's gonna take things out of the ref's hands, it'll happen automatically. If that's true, it could mark a massive shift in how fights are handled. Instead of the ref deciding whether an eye poke was intentional or not, that responsibility could fall to a review panel or instant replay system. This would help prevent controversial outcomes like we saw with Aspinall-Gane and bring more consistency to the sport. With UFC Fight Night, Garcia vs. Onama set for this weekend, fans might not have to wait long to see these new rules in action. And that's gonna wrap things up for today, guys. From Jon Jones trolling Tom Aspinall on horseback to possible eye poke rule overhauls to Masvidal teasing a White House comeback, the MMA world is buzzing right now. If you enjoyed the update, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss the latest fight news. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.